I'm here with Mayeli, my wonderful client, and she is absolutely fantastic. And I'm so, so glad, Mayeli, that you are helping us and all the people out there, because you're actually sharing what's going on in your life and how you are benefiting from RTT. So please go ahead and tell us before. So you have done 2 RTT sessions already. So before the last one we had, what was going on? What was the feelings you had, and how were you interacting with the world around you? And what is the difference today, like a week later?
Okay, so basically I always felt inadequate to have people around me, and the feeling was becoming very strong. I haven't been like this in my life in the past, but for some reason it started getting really strong.
Yeah.
And so I would feel that I wouldn't feel good enough to have friends, like girlfriends, and then obviously I wouldn't feel good enough for guys. So every time I had people around, I would always find my way out, or like not to spend time with them. And so I was feeling really low in energy for the past weeks, because I was feeling lonely. I was dealing with financial struggles and everything at the same time. Yet, right after the second RTT session, something changed. Even though the feelings like the anxiety didn't go away completely or whatever, something in me changed. And the next day I found myself in a cafe approaching a girl who I saw eating breakfast on her own. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to talk to her. We are 2 girls having breakfast on our own. How about if we are all alone together?
That's amazing.
And so,
that's amazing.
Yeah. And so I ended up spending the sunset with this girl. And then we went out with another friend of hers. And then I ended up spending a weekend with these 2 people I didn't know.
And this is something that you would have done before our session?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay. Yeah. And so what was funny was that I remember that Sunday, and these 2 people, and I was like, what am I doing here? And I started feeling this anxiety again coming up, like, oh, I have to go. And then I was like, no, I'm just gonna chill, and I don't have to be watching movies and laying next to them. I'm just gonna go to the pool area. And then I kind of came down and I was reflecting on everything, like, how come that 2 days ago I was feeling totally empty and lonely, and today, a few days later, I am with people I hardly know, just hanging out with them. They are 2 really good friends, and I don't really know them. Yeah. And that was really strange. The next thing that happened, I saw myself driving 1 hour from my town to say bye to a friend who I really appreciate. But if I hadn't felt good enough myself, I wouldn't have gone to say bye, because I would have thought, oh, she doesn't really need my goodbye because I'm not really that important to her. And I did. And then the thing is, when I was there, I connected with all these amazing people who were telling me that they see me different and there's something about me that has changed. And I was like, oh, really? Thank you. And then the third thing that happened was that so there was this guy that I was dating, and I felt really disrespected from him. But I also wanted to, and so I decided to step back from him. And so I decided to contact him and tell him, listen, there are things that I want to get off my chest, and I want to do that in person. But I did it from a place of power. It's not like, oh, would you make some, I was like, I need to talk to you. When do you have time?
Yeah.
And then he told me, and then just before the meeting, I was like, what time are we meeting? And so, like, really assertive. And then I went to talk to him, and I told him what I felt I had to say.
Yeah.
And it was from a different place. Of course, my heart was aching, and of course I was expecting more from me, but I didn't make myself a fool. I didn't make a fool of myself there, and I just stood there.
Yeah.
I just stood there in my power, and I walked away from something I really wanted.
That is absolutely
but anyhow,
awesome. It's not like awesome that you walk away from something that you really wanted, but who knows, you might end up with him in the end anyway. But for this reason, because he didn't treat you with respect, so you felt like you took the power back to actually end something that wasn't good for you, that you knew wasn't good for you.
Yes, and there is one more thing.
Yeah.
Actually, after this meeting with him finished, and he has like a really successful mindset, and he's always talking like, oh, I'm just gonna go and change the world.
Yeah.
And that left me thinking. I was like, well, like I want to change the world too. So I came back home feeling devastated on the one hand, like, but that also gave me the energy and the motivation to say, I am also interesting, and I am also like, I also have ambitions, and I also want to work on my projects that will make me feel good. I actually really know right now that if I focus on all the things that I want to accomplish and all all what I want to do with my life, I know that I will feel totally different. So right now, so this heartache, I'm going to use this as a fuel to take my life in the direction I want. Because so this is what is happening. So yes, the heart is aching. Yes, I want affection. Yes, but I know that fake it until you make it. So I guess I've got to love myself first for other people to realize what they're missing out on. Yeah. So yeah, and let's see. I hope I keep on this high on energy.
Yeah, but you can really do that. You can really see the shift. Like, so before the sessions, you came more from a victimized kind of vibration or energy, the one that so many of us have gone through. But when you bring back the power, you treat yourself in a totally different way. And when you treat yourself different, you show the world how they should treat you back. And this is exactly what will start to happen in your life. Like, people actually show you the respect that you want, because finally you respect yourself and know that you're lovable and you're good enough.
Yes, and now the last point is I've got some goals, like, because I know I don't really have a support system like on how to make things happen. So I have got to get a membership at that co-working space, because those are right now the community that is easier for me to reach. I've got to get back on my fitness. Like, I've got to start exercising. So these are all things that cost a lot of money. And my other goal is to go and share a villa with other people. So these are all things that cost money, which I don't know where I'm going to get from. Yeah. But this is something that right now it's like my priority. It's like, okay, I'm done with guys. I'm done with this. Not that I'm done with guys, but right now I've got to focus on this one. Yeah. And like use my heart and to this energy to start creating. And so yeah, I'm excited and looking forward to. It's painful, I must say. It's painful, but I have already done this in the past, unaware, where I have decided to change how I talk to people. Like, for example, how I chat with people. Like, I would always be like, oh, they would ask me, how are you? And I would be like, oh yeah, so. And then at some point a friend told me, like, why are you always saying so? Like, what's you need? There's something like you need. And he made me notice this, and I was like, yeah, you're right. And so I started saying, yeah, I'm pretty good. And I felt something changed. Yeah. So now I'm decided to take this to the next level. So I am gonna become a successful person. And even if my circumstances don't show it right now, I'm just gonna start talking like this and saying, yeah, I'm doing this, and I have this, and I'm doing this. And then I'm just going to see what happens.
Amazing. And just going to go back to what you said about you have the goal, so what you want to achieve. You don't know yet where to find the money to do it, because it costs money. You don't know yet where to find the money, but this is the thinking of a mindset. This is all about the mindset. So what many people do is they say, oh, I can't afford it. And as soon as you say you can't afford it, your whole system just shuts down. But when you ask the question, how shall I get the money to get there? How shall I get the money to get there? Your whole brain, your whole mind, your whole subconscious and everything becomes solution oriented. And I know that you will find the money. You will attract the right kind of circumstances, because this is what happens when you put something into your subconscious mind, like we do with the recording for RTT as well. So we're putting into your recording that you are powerful, that you love yourself, and you understand that you are lovable. And I can't remember everything we put in there because 20 minutes long, but all these things to reprogram the subconscious mind to really pick up and look into these ideas of what is going on and what would you like to achieve. So when the subconscious mind has those ideas and new beliefs, your subconscious mind is going to help you to see solutions to get where you want to go. And this is exactly the same with money. You are going to find the money. You're going to not find them on the street, obviously, but you're going to find a way. You're going to find a solution so you will make that kind of money so you can move into that villa with a lot of people and you can start to work out at that place that you want to work out. So it's going to be awesome.
Yes, I'm so looking forward to all of this.
Yeah. So what would you say? Do you have like any big questions right now? Like you come to a stage already where you have done amazing in such a short time, because it's an amazing shift I see in you. So that's awesome. So from where you are now, what are you looking towards and what are the things that you would like help with?
So I've got to fix my mindset about money. It's like, that's the next step. That's the next stage. Because I feel that is holding me back from many things. And so what I noticed also is that when I talk to people and they tell me about their big successes, like last Tuesday, people telling me like, yeah, no, my business is doing pretty well and I'm doing this and I'm going there and I'm going there. In the past, I would always feel like victimized and just look at them and I was like, oh, if I only could.
Yeah.
This time, interestingly, I heard them talk like this. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna be like that pretty soon. And I was like, why am I thinking like this?
You're safe to my ears.
I was actually really motivated listening to them. I was like, awesome. I mean, in my head, I wasn't saying awesome all the time. And I was like, oh, this is pretty cool because this is how I mean to feel. And so, yeah, that's the next step.
Yeah, to really fix the mindset of, yeah, because there might be a belief. So we have so much going on. So our whole mind is programmed from when we are around between 2 and 7. There is where our whole reality, or the glasses that we put on to looking towards the reality happens. It programs when we are between 2 and 7, maybe between 0 and 10 sometimes, but 2 and 7, that is a very important part of children's life. And I mean, there is so much programming going on, and you know that already from the regression we have done. We are going back and see why you didn't feel lovable, why you felt lonely, and all the stuff. So we've changed that, and definitely the money thing.
What I thought it was interesting is this scene with my mom, like hitting me really hard with the wet shorts when I peed on my pants. And I never understood, but this scene has been in my head always. Like I never forget, because that was traumatic for me. And probably this is where all my sleeping problems have come from, because she never let me rest. She would always wake me up like in a really abrupt, aggressive way.
Yeah.
And so no wonder that I have had issues with sleeping and relaxing and everything.
Yeah.
And so, but that scene, what I think meant was that I was like, no matter what I do, it's never good. Because like I was just being, I just peed on my pants and I didn't,
like unaware. Yeah.
And then I have this woman hitting me for like, I don't know. But she would always hit me and say stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But that made you so scared of making mistakes. That made you totally freaking out of doing something wrong. So it really kept you so tense of moving
all the time,
starting something, because what happens if you do something wrong? Somebody will punish you or hit you. That was something that created a belief in your head when you were about 2 or 3 or something. I can't really remember.
Yeah, I think I was 2.
Yeah,
I just remember the red shorts and the hitting.
Yeah, but that is absolutely amazing, and this is the information that we do access when we go back. And this is what I have with all my clients. It's amazing. I mean, we all create our whole reality from something that happened when we were 2. You know, just an understanding, a belief that in your case, it was really horrible because somebody was actually hitting you, but it could just be like somebody said something to you in a way because they were in a bad mood, and it hit you really bad that somebody said that to you, and you felt so hurt. So you create your whole reality around that one thing, and then you go back in regression in RTT, finding out that that was all a misunderstanding, and that is why RTT is so powerful, because then you can change, you can make a closure on that one thing that you didn't even know that was bothering your life, and then you really make a change. And that's why RTT is so effective, that you can really see those fast results that you are experiencing right now.
I'm ready for my next session. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but definitely. So would you like to share just the last bit before we kind of end it? But would you like to share? So for that session, because they're not the people who are watching, they're not going to watch your session, but would you like to share just so they can have a follow-up, so they will see today how you feel about money, what you would like to accomplish, and then they will see us talk after your next money session.
So how I feel now and what I would like to accomplish.
You would like to be, yeah.
So right now I feel like pressured because I've got commitments, I've got things to pay, I've got people waiting for me. And so it's like, and I want to get my life on track fast. Like I'm tired. I'm just done with compromising my happiness and what I deserve. And I consider myself, I don't want to sound arrogant, but I am a smart person. I'm a very smart person. I know what I do. And there is no reason for me to continue this struggle pattern. And so I just want kind of redemption. I want what I deserve. And so I just don't know how to fix the money situation. And I've just got vague ideas in my head. And I also know that you have got to align yourself to receive.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, somebody contacted me today out of the blue for a potential project. I was like, it's not really settled. It's not really settled. Like it was like, oh, it was a little bit vague, but I wasn't expecting to hear from this person at all. So, and I know there are things there, it's like in the soup, like just around me. And I feel I've just got to align myself to it and just believe in myself and believe in miracles.
Yeah.
So basically what I want to reprogram my mind for next session, I want to reprogram my mind. I want to see myself as a lucky person. I'm lucky. I'm always at the right place at the right time, talking to the right people, the right circumstances. Like my life doesn't have to be perfect. I don't expect me to be happy all the time, but it's like lucky and miracles, like somebody walking next to me and telling me, hey, you know what, you look like I am doing a video shoot here in Bali for whatever, and you seem to be the perfect type. This
is exactly what happens, you know, synchronicity. This is exactly what happens. And when we have that reprogram in our subconscious mind, exactly, so the subconscious mind knows exactly what we want, then it will help us to create those circumstances, because your subconscious mind sees so much more than your conscious mind. You can't see, you can't observe everything, but your subconscious mind is absolutely amazing, and it's really attracting circumstances and make sure that you are in the right place. But one thing that you already said that is amazing for me to hear is that you have already shifted in the money thing as well, because you said that before, when somebody was talking to you about success, you felt a bit you felt down, you felt jealous and all those bad feelings. And just that you're now saying that now you feel inspired by those people, that is absolutely amazing news, because when you can, the emotions are our guide, really. So the emotions come from the beliefs we have and the thoughts we are thinking, and when you can get inspired by other people that have what you would like to have, then you have come so far already. And I mean, normally I would say for you, these 2 sessions that you have had, they would probably be enough, like for you, because I know by itself it's gonna shift for you with the money as well, because you have come so far already. And just the thing that you say with the money, like how shall I afford it, instead of saying no, I can't afford it, blah blah blah. So I already see the shift. But this is the cool thing that I would like all the people to know out there as well, that if you want like a really, really fast results in your life, I know in your case, if you just wait another month, you will have the money thing sorted out as well, because it's a process and you are already reprogramming your mind with the recording that you have. But when you want it even faster and more rapid, then you can do many sessions and then you can get like this. And I know you want that.
Yes. The thing is, we have tackled also different issues. Like in my case, we have had this sessions, 2 sessions for 2 different things. And so, I mean, life is, we don't only suffer from one thing. We have many things. Like we play different roles. We are girlfriends, we are mothers, we are fathers, we are workers, we are travelers, we are girlfriends or boyfriends. We are so every area. I mean, some people do pretty good in some areas and really bad in other areas. So I just noticed that several of my areas were really like pretty low average, but low. And so but that all had to do with my self-esteem. And then after we did my self-esteem, we realized that there are all these other areas that were affected. So yes.
And this is the thing with life as well, and what happens with the beliefs that we have. One belief can have an effect in a course. Like it can affect so many different areas of your life, really. And for myself, I found RTT because I really wanted to get pregnant. And then just from that session, it uncovered so many things in my life, and the sessions I've done after that, and the experience and everything I have myself working with clients, changing my life. Like my life is totally transformed because of the sessions I've done, and this low self-esteem that I used to have, and be so shy and claustrophobic and couldn't sleep. And then there were so many things going on, and my life is like totally transformed, totally. And this is what I'm really talking about, what my understanding, and when I say an abundant life, it's not about one area in life. And this is what I say for myself as well, and for so many of my clients. You know, we want to have it all. You know, people believe that you can't have it all, but I do believe that with RTT and programming your mind, you can have it all. You can have the fantastic career that makes you feel alive, or create a passive income so you can travel the world and feel happy on the inside. Because at least here where I live in Scandinavia, I don't know on Bali, but there is a thing that society is kind of telling you that you can have 1 or 2 things. You could have a career, make a lot of money, but if you're going to have that kind of lifestyle, then you won't have a private family life, which is really fulfilling you on the inside. Or you can have a family and be really happy in your private life, but then you won't have a fantastic career and making a lot of money. So it's out of balance the whole time for many of the people I meet. But this is the thing that I'm really specialized in, helping people to create a balance, to have it all, to absolutely have it all, to have the career, making the money, and really, really feel fantastic on the inside as well. Thank you so much, Miele, for sharing your story. And we let the people who watch see you like next week after we have had your money session, and they will see what's new and how your life is transforming.
I so look forward to this. I am so happy we're doing this case study. I can't believe this. And the reason I stepped into this was as a challenge to myself. It's like, okay, am I really going to take this seriously? Am I really going to take responsibility for my life and listen to the recordings and follow Linda's instructions? And so, yes, I am really happy I stepped into this, and I encourage other people to do the same.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you.